Welcome, everybody, to Cinema Royale. I am Travis Hopson of PunchDrunkCritics.com and, of course, the Cinema Royale podcast. And on this episode, my homie Chris Bumbray is back. We had a different white guy in here last week, but this week we got Chris Bumbray back in his normal spot to talk about the Dog Stars. What's up, Chris?
You look good in your muscle shirt, man. I was gonna say I didn't know if it was you or if it was Tyrese.
That's really the only reason that it's on. I forgot to change, and before I knew it, it was 2:00.
Yeah, you look like Tyrese in Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm gonna call you K. Hey, K.
It's the X-Men on it too, so it's like there's nothing cool about it. Anyway, we're talking about Ridley Scott's latest film, The Dog Stars. This is based on the Peter Heller book. Did you ever read the book?
No,
me neither. I didn't read the book either, but I feel like there's. Before we go too far, I feel like there's like a lot that was not in that's in the book that isn't in the book. That's the feeling I was left with watching this.
It feels like I got heavy reshoot energy on this movie.
Definitely, it's got heavy definitive edition coming out in 6 months.
No kidding. This is gonna be another Ridley Scott movie where like the director's cut is like at least a half hour longer and probably a better movie, to be honest. But it's gonna be, as they usually are. But he's the king of the director's cut. But I mean, really? When I watched it, it was like the most like this was a reshoot feeling that I had since probably Ad Astra, where all of a sudden he ran into space pirates in like an otherwise really kind of depressing movie.
Right, yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, this is they put this in, like somebody said this movie didn't have enough action, so they threw in like a big extended action sequence that is completely pointless and has no reflection on the rest of the movie.
There's kind of a sequence like that in this movie too. The Dog Star stars Jacob Elordi, and what I think is a really good starring role for him as Hig. This is set in a post-apocalyptic future. Aren't they all post-apocalyptic? In which a super virus has wiped out most of humanity, and now the remnants of humanity are kind of scattered. Hig lives in isolated terrain with Bangley, played by Josh Brolin. He's like the survivalist who's kind of like been waiting for this. He's like,
he really is happy with the apocalypse is happening.
Right.
Like
he's like,
his dream come
apocalypse. True. He can like shoot people. He calls everybody roaches who come into their land. It just shoots them without. But Hig is different. He is someone who still has hope for a better future. He hopes to find community and all this sort of stuff that Bangley is clearly not feeling that. And Hig has his dog, Jasper by his side as well, his loyal canine. Fair warning to people who have issues with pets.
There's
some violence in this, and some violence towards Jasper. That's all I'll say. If you got to think about it,
I kind of expected that going in, that things in a dark movie like this. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the dog isn't featured too heavily in the trailer, I figured something was going on.
Right. So just fair warning to people. I know some people who get seriously triggered by that stuff.
Oh yeah, there are people that I know that the movie they would walk out. It would be over for them. They wouldn't be able to handle it.
Totally. Hig flies around in his Cessna and helps people in the area, and eventually he gets a signal from from a mysterious place, and he wants to go seek it out. And so he leaves the relative safety of his home and tries to find the source of this signal. He's been thinking about this place, this supposed paradise called Grand Junction that he's been longing to get to, and he's hoping that's what he'll find. So.
And along the way, he runs into Margaret Qualley.
Don't you wish you could, in a post-apocalyptic future, that you could just run into Margaret Qualley?
I was going to say, if I had to choose between Josh Brolin and Margaret Qualley, I think I would probably go with Margaret Qualley.
What if Josh Brolin was wearing the shorts she was wearing, though? Would you still choose her?
I like how when he meets up with Margaret Qualley, there's also Guy Pearce playing the same character that Josh Brolin is playing, pretty much.
Essentially. I know.
And then they have no scenes of them together, which is
waiting for the scene where they kind of shout the shit and realize that they're the same person.
Yeah, that has to be in the director's cut where they're just like broing out, or because that was such a waste. Like how could you those two actors and you don't give them a little something, especially if they're in the same space. Like it's not like they're both dead. Like they're both kind of around at the same time. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
That's why I said that movie. The movie is very strangely edited, though. The ending of the film is very bizarre. Like it just kind of ends, and you're like, "Whoa, it's over." Like it's like I was surprised when the credits came up. It feels like it could have gone on for another like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I kind of had the same feeling. There are scenes in it where the tone is just sort of weird, and I'm like, I know that I'm supposed to be taking this seriously, but some of the stuff I can't take seriously.
Yeah. It's very raggedy. It's very raggedy.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, I was really enjoying it as well.
Me too.
I think it's like I said, I think it's a great role for Jacob Elordi. I haven't seen him in this kind of leading role before like this. I like the contrast between Haig and Bangley. I think that stuff works. I even liked it when they got separated and Bangley was kind of off on his own and had to defend himself. And,
that was the best scene in the movie, I thought.
Yeah, the really great scenes there with him on his own like that. I thought that stuff really worked, and I felt the relationship between Elordi and Qualley's character, the movie moves at kind of a slow, gradual pace. So it's not like your typical post-apocalyptic thriller of the people running around being chased by shit all the time. It's different than that. But I thought their relationship progressed pretty well, and I actually was invested in it. I thought that worked very, very good for the movie.
Yeah, I feel the same, and I thought that how Guy Pearce learns to trust him. I thought that was done pretty realistically as well, because they wouldn't trust him at first, but he proves himself over time that he's just I think that Elordi in the movie gives off the vibe that he gives off good guy vibes in the film, which I think not everybody can necessarily do. There's something very honest and empathetic about his performance. I especially liked, the scenes with the Mennonites. There is a certain kindness and softness to the character. Which,
how the hell did Benedict Wong end up there?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I guess. I don't know.
How did he end up there in a place where like everybody's a redhead with freckles? It's like, why are you there?
Yeah, it was adopted, I guess. I don't know. Something weird. Or he was in from like the UK or something like that. He just decided to stay. But yeah, it is strange to have him running the place.
It's like he took a portal from Shang-Chi like over there and like just sort of stayed.
Or it's like if Coleman Domingo played the role or something like that, where he's like, why is he here? It's like, because he's just a good actor, so I guess they want like the best guys, but it's kind of like, okay. But all right, I'll go with it. Good actor. Yeah, he just does the he walks through. But I liked that. I thought the action was good when there was action. I thought the photography was amazing by Eric Messerschmidt. He's a great director of photography.
I love those flying scenes with him.
Yeah, the flying scenes were great. It was beautifully shot. It was well acted. Ridley Scott is still a master. He really is. Nobody's going to call it one of his best films. I think. For me, the last great Ridley Scott movie is probably The Last Duel.
The Last Duel. I said the same thing in my review. The Last Duel was the last great film from him.
And that wasn't very long ago. And he made it like 84. Yeah, exactly.
But before that, there was some stinkers before that, too. So it's like this little thing like in between, like a bunch of stinkers. So
yeah, he kind of does that, though. Like, that's always been Ridley Scott, where it's like whenever you write him off, he comes along with like a fucking banger, like a movie that's amazing. Like, if you think about even before he did Gladiator, he'd had a bunch of movies that didn't really perform well. And then suddenly Gladiator comes out because he's so prolific. He'll just keep making movies. He's already doing another one.
I know. He just keeps putting out movies. One of them will hit. But I like seeing him do something like this because it doesn't it's not like an epic, and I feel like he kind of got lost in making epics.
Yeah,
and like it's good to see him do something that it kind of presents itself as one, but it's not. And I like that it's more grounded, more personal. I think that's a kind of thing we haven't seen Ridley Scott do in a long time, and I'm glad to see it. I think I wish he would do a little bit more stuff like this. Honestly, I don't need to see him do another Prometheus film. Like, I just don't. I know he wants to. I don't want to see it. Not really. I'd rather see him do other things.
The one I really want him to do, and I hope he makes it, is his Bee Gees movie. Yeah. Especially because that's about brothers and losing your brother. And I think that, him, considering what he went through with Tony and his other brother that passed away, I think that would be a really resonant movie for him to make, so I really hope that that's the one he eventually gets to make. I know he's wanted to, and there's some kind of issue there, but I mean, especially with biopics being so hot and they have such a deep catalog of songs, I feel like he can really make that a perfect film, but we'll see, I guess. But I enjoy, but like you said, I enjoyed it. But then there are weird things though, like the
Grand Junction scene is just bizarre.
It makes no sense. It's like it's so stylistically different from the rest of the movie. Yeah. It doesn't look like the rest of the movie. It doesn't sound like the rest of the movie. The performances are strange. Suddenly, Jacob Elordi's an action star in it. Like it just doesn't. It just and like a killer. Like it just doesn't make any. It just doesn't make any sense. Allison Janney is playing it like she's in another movie. It's like a Kubrick movie with like the weird.
Dressed as an old school stewardess, and like people are just kind of freaking out and acting really weird. It's like, what is happening right here? This is not this same universe, right? This is something.
It feels like almost like a dream sequence, or it was what I think probably happened is that they screened it and people were like, it's boring, so he went back and added an action scene.
It feels like there had to be something else that sets this up that got cut.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
It feels like. I mean, it just kind of like we knew he was going to find that place, but not for it to be the way it was. Like I never expected the place to be what he wanted it to be.
Yeah,
it's just not the way these stories tend to work. But not for it to be what it was. And I was like,
I just thought it was never going to exist, and he had to get used to the fact that it didn't exist. And I think that might have been more potent, but. That was such a strange scene. I wonder if it was in the book. I don't know
either. But the thing that really got me about it wasn't just the fact that it was there. It was how quickly it snapped back to being what it was. And I was like,
"Oh no! Like it never happened."
I was like, "What?" That's the part that really shook me. I was like, "What was that about then? Like, what happened?"
It really does feel like they added it at the last minute, because I think that if it had been intended, one of the characters would have died. Something more impactful would have happened, and I think that they just couldn't, because of the way the rest of the movie is, do that. So I think it totally feels like it was just something that was shoehorned in at the last minute.
Yeah, totally agree. One of the things that really struck me while watching this is Guy Pearce has really gotten old quickly.
Well, I mean, I think they make him look old. I mean, I interviewed him not long ago. He looked pretty young.
I don't think they had to try that hard.
Guy Pearce needs to stay off the internet, though. His little 9/11 conspiracy things are going a little too. Gotta go, Guy. I'm due back to planet Earth.
I was just thinking about it. Wasn't that long ago since he was in. What was that movie? Lockdown. Remember Lockdown? The
one that ripped off Escape from New York. Yeah,
totally. But it was still fun.
I mean, I love him. The Proposition's amazing. L.A. Confidential's still one of my favorite movies of all time. Even I remember when I interviewed him, I kept asking him about Ravenous, and he kept laughing because he was like, "You're like the only person that likes that movie," and I'm like, "No, it's great." I kept like, "Man, I want to talk more about Ravenous," and he was answering. He was into it. He was like, "Yeah, man, yeah, it was crazy."
You do a full comprehensive interview with him, and then you can talk about it all you want.
He said he just hated the musical score, and he was right. He said the musical score ruined the movie, and he's totally right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But we're gonna see him. We're gonna see him at TIFF though, because he's in one of the movies I'm looking forward to, Ink, the Danny Boyle movie, where he's Rupert Murdoch, which is pretty good casting.
Yeah, that is pretty good casting. I'm interested in that one too. I hope I can get into the premiere of that one. I'm trying.
I want to get into the premiere of I Play Rocky. Right? I feel like you and I need to be. Yes. I think we'll probably get into that one. But I feel like you and I need to be at the premiere of I Play Rocky. Like I feel like we belong there.
I really want to see. I can only be at the premiere of Rogue Trooper also.
Oh well, that's after you leave. That's the Friday.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah. It is, but they're the press screenings before, so
I guess I won't see it then.
Yeah, so you're not doing that one.
I tried to see if it was. Hey, we had our Middleburg meeting and so I found out some of the movies that are going to be there. I was like, Rogue Trooper there? It's like they hadn't even heard of it, and I was like, fuck off.
I want to see that one too. I used to talk with Duncan Jones on X back in the day, or on Twitter when it was Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Back when it was safe to use still.
Yeah, back before it became a cesspool of insanity. I mean, it was already a cesspool, but now it's even worse. Speaking of which, are you still allowed to come to Canada?
I think so. I mean, are
With
you guys
the
gonna let
tariffs?
me in? I don't know. You guys gonna let me in?
I would imagine.
All right. Just you know.
Just leave your MAGA hat at home, and then I'm sure you can get in.
Just keep what are those things I like that Tim Hortons? What were those things?
Oh, you're the Frappuccino guys with
Yeah,
like the cream.
Just keep those coming. Keep them.
Yeah, they cost like pennies for you with your American.
Keep them coming.
Frappuccinos for everybody.
Oh my God. So the Dog Star, I think we both enjoy it. It's not one of Ridley Scott's best, but I think it's one of the best things he's done in recent years.
I mean, it's better than Napoleon. It's better than House of Gucci.
Better than Gladiator 2.
I don't know if I'd say it's better than Gladiator 2. I don't know. I parts of Gladiator 2 I really enjoyed, particularly Denzel just going full ham. I really enjoyed.
I think it's better than Gladiator 2, but it's not.
That said, Gladiator 2, if Elordi had been in Mescal's role, I think it would have been way better.
You know,
a guy that's like built like him.
If you told me that a year ago, 2 years ago, I would disagree with you. I think I would agree with you now.
Yeah, especially because he's so tall and he's kind of imposing. I think that would have been a more powerful.
He also really impressed me more over the last couple of years than he had by then. So I think I would agree with you. That role never seemed right for Mescal anyway. So
what? Sorry,
that role never seemed right for Mescal anyway.
No, it's like casting. Like it's a movie. You need a He-Man for the role, and I think that Mescal is a great actor, but I just don't think he's like got that He-Man quality. I think he was fine in the movie. He's just not. He's not Russell Crowe.
He just doesn't have the kind of smoldering quality that I think you need to have for that role that Russell Crowe had back then.
Yeah,
and I think Jacob Elordi probably does have that. So
yeah, I think so. I think you got the more like he's got more of the wow, look at him kind of thing. Yeah.
Whereas on the other hand,
if you girls want to be with
Paul
him.
Mescal in this, I think it still would have been just as well. I think it would have been fine.
I think he would have been fine too, but then I don't think Elordi could have done Hamnet. So
no,
yeah,
no. I'm not saying these two are like a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But
it
is kind of interesting to see.
Mescal was supposed to do this one,
was he?
And he would have been fine. He would have been probably just as good.
Yeah, I think the scenes with Qualley might have been a little bit. I don't know what kind of chemistry they would have had together, but
you mean she wouldn't have been like drooling over him the whole movie?
I know, right? I mean, think about it. He's probably the only guy she's seen in like 10 years.
It's good that they each found like such a beautiful person to.
It's lucky for her that the first guy she sees in so long is Jacob Elordi and not like Clint Howard or something.
Yeah, the same with him. Margaret Qualley. It's like, wow, okay.
By the way, she's looking more and more like her mom with every freaking movie.
Yeah, she's a great actress, though. I think she's like I read somebody said she just gets better with each movie, and I think that's true. I think she just is a quality actress.
I totally agree. It's a really good role for her too.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's our thoughts on The Dog Stars. It opens this weekend, August 28th. It is Ridley Scott's latest. I think we both can recommend it. So go ahead and check it out this weekend. And if you do, hit me up a message. Let me know what you thought. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Cinema Royale. I am Travis Hopson, PunchdrunkCritics.com and Cinema Royale podcast, which you can check out on anywhere you get your podcasts or on YouTube. But if you do, like and subscribe, you can find Chris at JoeBlow.com, where he is the grand poobah over there. Kind of, right? You're still the grand poobah over there.
Yeah.
Or are you like the Sadat X or Lord Jamar over there now?
I'm like the M'Baku kind of.
That's a brand Nubian reference I was giving you, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for checking out the show. If you like what we're laying down, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell to receive notifications for all of our latest stuff.